Wait, what did that say? Oh, crap. I didn't see that there was more text. The administrator showed up. Oh, okay. Good. It lets me go back to it. It was a relief to leave the crime scene, considering all that happened. When I reached into my pocket and looked at the list, however, I found something unexpected. It was a small piece of paper with the word Tatsu written on it. How did it get there? My earlier encounter with the masked person was the only time today someone was close enough to smuggle something into my pocket. Okay. This wasn't here earlier, was it? I don't think it was. Hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Stupid, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. Things are getting interesting. Tatsu Park. It is, I guess, time to go back and check that out. I don't think this happened the last time I came here, right? I would have remembered that picture that was slightly creepy in the way that it showed up for like a half of a second. Alright, the list of places Reza had been to: the grocery store, the production facility, and the library. Okay, how can I not go to Tatsu Park, though? There's gotta be some new possibility that opens up here, right? Sign, map, shrubbery, pavilion, and stop. I guess Tatsu Ave makes sense, right? Open the hatch, examine the fallen leaves. The hatch, there's nothing new in the hatch, right? What was it? Okay, I wrote that down. Button, and counterclockwise. And counterclockwise. Is there anything new in there? Is that still the bloody bandage, or is that something new? Whatever it was. I think it was the bloody bandage. Okay. That didn't help me out any. By the way, what's the skip button? What's the tab button in, on the Xbox controller? Is it... No, Y hides the thing. X... It could be X. That wouldn't be an option now because there's nothing I can skip. I'll try and figure that out later. What was with the bench? There was like a dragon on the bench who was like a statue. Who are you exactly? God, Dramavian. Yeah, okay. Do we get to talk to you? No? Okay, screw you, Dramavian. What else is there? Is there anything else in the shrubbery or the pavilion or anything? I already have the dirt, right? What's the list of items I have? Do I not have the dirt? Didn't I pick up dirt? And the game kind of made fun of me for it. Alright. What if I check now? Well, no dirt. Okay, that's nice. Pavilion. Okay, to make a very long story short, nothing came out of Tatsu Park or the library. Let's see, who did I say? Anna and, hey, what happened to Sebastian? Did I make Sebastian mad? Where even is Sebastian? Is he still alive? Sebastian doesn't die until later, right? Or is he just busy right now? Sebastian? Alright, whatever. Adine it is then.
Hey.
See, this is gonna... No! Misclick. Where's the most recent autosave? Okay, good. Here we go. Anna is your name. If this is going to be, oh my god. You saw nothing. Okay, Adine is her name. Alright. The names both start with the letter A. This is difficult. Is this going to be the same as last time? I don't want to skip ahead in case something new happens. I'm a doctor if I could. Oh yes, that's right. You've told me this before. I'll let you know if anything new happens. Okay, so this time I'm letting Adine have her fun with the fortune-telling thing. What does it say about my present? It's saying I'm not allowed to skip it. I'm not allowed to skip to the future, which... Stupid! Telemarketers interrupting my joke. Okay, never mind then. Let's see what it says about the present. According to this, understanding our present situation is paramount to understanding the future, as what we do now influences the future that will become our present. That sounds like a very convoluted way of saying something that's very obvious. And also, slightly reminiscent of a certain Calvin and Hobbes, where Calvin goes, the problem with the future is that it keeps turning into the present. Alright. This is interesting. What does it mean? Crossroads are ahead of you. Be wary of your decisions, for the consequences may be dire. Careful actions may have rewarding results, but carelessness could have consequences reaching further than you might think. And if there's any one of these 7.5 billion people on the planet that doesn't apply to, I will be surprised. At least that's what the description says. What's your opinion on this? It's very generic. I'm sorry. Is this, it is still not letting me skip, so we still have not seen this apparently, or at least the game thinks we have not seen it. You can't really expect a great amount of detail from one card reading. No, I guess not. Okay. Guess that's it for this. For now. Oh yes, she's doing the investigation of the underground lab bunker thing, right. Who wouldn't be interested in that? I could think of a few people. I mean, I have paid a visit to it in a past life, right? Huh. Humanity is interested in it. Alright, yeah. Well, maybe that can be a little field trip for our next meeting with Adine. Possibly. Which I would like very much. Okay. I think that's it. Right? I think that's it for this part, right? Unless I got to make her remove her headgear again. Okay, so still no word on Sebastian, and if I go in status, he's still not here, and I don't know why. Okay, with that said, this says spend the day reading. Is that something I should do? Because that idea was put in my head a little while ago, and I kind of want to do it. Okay. The next entry in Sheridan's Adventures. By the time I finish the book, in which the Scepter of Sovereignty from the preceding novel is first stolen, then reclaimed by the novel's titular hero, only to be stolen again in another cliffhanger, ending ploy setting up the series' next entry, I wished I had spent the time doing something more productive. It happens. Alright. Still can't skip this either. I figured I might still be able to go out or do something else, but when I looked at the time, I regrettably had to realize that the day was already over and it was too late. Okay, well, that's a shame. Sebastian, where the crap is Sebastian? Seriously. Okay, superstition. Which means more of the same, right? Right? I hear waterfalls. What's going on? Hello? Okay, anyway. Stupid telemarketers. Okay, achievement unlocked. Wait, what? Hey. Utterly pointless achievement, you don't say. If I, what is that? Okay, I'm not gonna look at the achievement guide now because I don't want... I don't know how likely I am to find actual spoilers in an achievement guide, but I found spoilers in places I didn't expect before, so I'm not gonna take the chance this time around. I'll go and look up what exactly I got that for later on. I have to do something. If I visit the production facility... No, if I visit the police archives... That lets me talk to Katsuharu later, doesn't it? Because I accidentally, like, pull his ice cream truck out of the mud or something. I think that leads to Katsuharu. Yeah, it's in the dark. Alright, yeah, we'll help. We can talk about ice cream later. It occurs to me, is it too late to go back? But it occurs to me that if I, come on. Okay, fine. But I was gonna say, if I go to the portal, will anything new happen? Because, a few things have happened since I last tried to go to the portal. Okay. Oops. No, stop. Yes. Stop hitting the bumpers, Dragonite. It's not hard. Maybe I shouldn't use the Xbox controller because my fingers are just kind of there. And, flailing around and hitting things I don't want them to hit. The store will lead to Vara, right? I do want to go to the production facility. Just to have a look around. Unless there's nothing new there. Okay, never mind. That was a waste. Okay. What does this lead to now? Katsuharu and Adine. And is Sebastian still out of the picture? Anna is out of the picture. Do I not get to see Sebastian more than once? Because he's, like, on duty or whatever? I guess that's a possibility. Adine, though. And then Katsuharu will be my second day. Alright, here we are again. I've been recording for about 20 minutes, but a lot of that's going to be cut out because of the way the story works. Just a minute. Is this going to be the one where I, like, piss her off because we've had 2 good meetings and I haven't learned information relevant to her? And, she's just going to get mad? The same way that, like, Remy and Anna got mad at me after our 3rd meetings. Okay, you said something about going to the beach. Yep. You know, I'm glad they decided not to send you away after all. Me too. Guess who got her entry confirmation to the stunt flying competition? So that's a thing that's happened. Is it me? Alright, fine. I got it right here in the black and white. Oh, by the way, okay, this is not skippable. I have not indeed seen this before. I didn't think I did. We are happy to confirm your entry into the annual stunt flying competition. Please have your competitor number ready and show up at the organizer's booth at the summer festival by... Well, who cares about the rest? I'm in. Alright. But the festival's pretty soon. I have to make the most of the time until then to get my skills up to par. I thought you already had years of experience. Hey, par is a golf term. Are there dragons that play golf in this world? God, I hope not, because golf is ridiculously boring. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Alright, yeah, but now I have to practice the best routine I can possibly come up with. Not to mention making sure I can execute it flawlessly when the time comes. Practicing in general is very different than practicing for an event like this one. I see. Are you ready to see some stunt flying? Sure. Let's go then. Ooh, pretty pictures. So this is where you usually practice. I practice just about anywhere, but today's a nice day for a beach visit. Water and sands are also good surfaces to practice complicated maneuvers on in case you can't make the landing. The faster you go, the more the water acts like cement, just letting you know. Alright, don't let me hold you up. I can't start practicing right now. I'm so giddy with excitement from getting the letter earlier. Besides, I wanted to hang out with you while we're here as well. Sounds good to me. Do you visit the beach often? Not really. Except for practice, that is. It does make for a nice backdrop when I fly, though. I see. Do you ever go to the beach? No, it's not something that was possible for me in the last couple of years, but it certainly used to be something that other people would do. Alright, sunning yourself can be nice sometimes, but I'm not really a fan of going swimming. Same, honestly. There's so much more that you can do at the beach, though. See, that's what Mom tells me, and I tell Mom that she's crazy. Like what? You already mentioned sunning. Do you ever get a tan? Stupid, do you think before you open your gob? What's that? I guess that's a no then. To be fair, you are completely covered in scales, so I imagine you won't be affected. Tanning is a reaction of the skin when it's exposed to sunlight. If humans stay in the sun for a while, our skin can get darker. That's strange. Yeah, it's like a chameleon, except less awesome. And also useful, and also... yeah. I was just gonna bring that up, the sunburn. And what's that? Well... It's exactly what it sounds like, for one. It's when the skin can take on a reddish tint, and it can also be painful and cause dizziness and other issues. So you have to be careful not to stay out in the sun too long. Pretty much, though that isn't necessarily true for all of us. Depending on the skin tone, people can be more or less affected by the radiation. I see, that sounds kind of complicated. Yeah, if that was part of a fairy tale or something, that would be like a completely unnecessary detail, and everybody would hate it. Does that mean we shouldn't stay here for too long? You just stand behind me so that I can sit in the shade, I guess. I don't see any trees except for the little tiny one that's in the upper right corner that I could sit under. Oh, whatever. It won't affect me much, if at all. I see. Just let me know if I need to do anything. You said you don't like swimming that much, though. Why is that? Well, as you can imagine, I prefer the air to the sea, even if we flyers have quite a relationship with the water. What kind of a relationship are we talking about? We use it to hunt. So you can go fishing, but you can't swim all that well. Pretty much. We can do we can do enough to safely hunt and paddle on the surface, but that's about it. If we actually want to go swimming, it's recommended that we wear a life vest. Can you just trap air under between your wings and the water and use that to float like a flotation device that's kind of like built into your arms? Is it that bad? Our wings are made for flying, not for swimming. The movements and the musculature are rather different. With some training, we can learn to swim better, but it still wouldn't really be effective. I see. And besides, who would choose to learn to swim if we can already have the air to ourselves? Flying is just your thing, I guess. Yeah! Make it sound as if beaches are a pretty important thing for humans. I wouldn't say important, rather it's a unique way for people to spend time. It was often done as a leisure activity, or a way to spend holiday vacations. See, I live in New Jersey, and my mom really likes the beaches, and I think the beaches are really stupid. Because I don't like the sand because it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere, and I don't like the water because it's cold year-round. And I don't care what my mom says, if the water is 65 degrees Fahrenheit, that is not warm, that is absolutely frigid, and I want no part of it. So that's me on beaches. Alright, let me think. I got an idea and started looking around for something in the sand on the ground. With a bit of digging, I found a flat, smooth stone and showed it to her. Oh, we're skipping stones. Do you have any idea what I'm about to do with this? Not really. Let me show you something. I went to the edge of the water, followed closely by Adine. Now watch this. I extended my arm with the best technique I could muster before I threw the stone towards the water. Spinning into the air, the stone bounced off the water surface a few times before it sunk into the sea. What was that? God, that must look so lame to somebody who doesn't, like, do that regularly. Stone skipping, never heard of it? No, how do you do that? I can show you. I looked around for another suitable stone and found one near the edge of the water. Let's start with the stone. Ideally, we want one that has a big surface area, but is as flat as possible. Got it. This one is also really smooth, which helps too. Okay, so we need smooth, flat rocks. Now, the technique is also pretty important. I'm not sure how well this will translate to your anatomy, but I'll just show you how I do it, and we can figure out what you can do. I'm getting the feeling that Adine in particular won't be very good at throwing things because the wings, the wing things, create a little bit of drag and slow your arm down when you try to swing it real fast. I'll find out though. Hold the stone like this, extend your arm and curl it like this. Then you have to throw it in such a way that it stays relatively stable in the air but spins as fast as you can make it. In vector terms, in physics terms, it'll be spinning around the axis that comes through like the flat part. I do it like this. I threw the stone, once again showing her how it subsequently bounced a few times over the water surface before it sunk into the sea. I'm not sure if I can do that. We'll see, maybe we can figure something out. Let's look for a stone first. We both started looking for another appropriate stone. I saw Adine scratching around in the sand with one of her feet. She crouched down to pick up something before she returned it to me. Here, what about this one? That should work. See, you've already got that part down. I guess so. Okay, now for the technique. She was holding the stone in her claws at the edge of her wing. Yeah, the claws are another thing. I don't know how the authors of the story are envisioning those to be shaped. I know Sebastian's were kind of long, and that could very easily make it hard to grip the stone properly. I tried to guide her by pulling back her wing like I would an arm, but it became clear to me that it lacked a lot of maneuverability that an arm would have. For the throw, you'll want to move your wing forward as fast as you can, and at the very end of the extension, let go of the stone. Try. I could see her moving her wing awkwardly. She pushed it forward before releasing the stone, which sunk without bouncing a single time. That didn't work. Yeah, that wasn't really enough spin on it. Let me try again. I waded a few steps into the water to retrieve the stone she'd thrown only moments ago. Here you go. I'll try something different this time. Instead of using her wing, she took the stone into the dexterous claws of her feet, as she continued to stand on the other leg. Effortlessly, she pulled back her leg before rapidly moving it forward and releasing the stone. Okay. That is a thing that is perfectly valid. Skipping stones with your feet. Hey, can you do other things with your feet? That's a very dumb thing to wonder, I'm sorry. It flew in a bit of an upward arc before it bounced off the water's surface once and subsequently sank into the ocean's waters. And you repeated words a little bit more than I feel comfortable with in that stretch. I'm pretty sure I brought that up before. It really annoys me when you use the same noun or adjective in the same sentence. Or verb, for that matter. It has no reason to. That's perfectly valid English. if you were to say the water surface and then sank into the water. But I always thought it sounded better if you were to say something like it bounced off the water surface and subsequently sank into the sea or something like that.
Hey.
Repeated words, they get to me. Not bad, huh? I had no idea you could do that with your leg. Actually, our legs are what we mainly use to grab things. It only gets complicated if I'm supposed to be moving at the same time, like when I'm waiting in the cafe. Interesting. I suppose for someone who's hunting while flying, that's pretty much a requirement. It is. Actually, if I'm at home and eating chips or something, I usually use my feet as well. That sounds awesome. I suppose this would be a good time to mention that I've always joked about I could probably, like, play Skyrim with my feet or something because that's how well I know that game. Except I actually don't want to because trying to press WASD with my toes sounds like, well, one, I don't want my toes touching my keyboard, and two, toes suck in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, some monkeys actually can. They basically have hands instead of feet. So they have 4 hands. Yep. That sounds like it would be really Adine! 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 We are breaking up after the- I'm joking. I think I like my wings better. No. 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 I mean, it is handy, but no. I'm in pain right now. That was a neat trick, though, so what else can you do at the beach?